I gotta check this out. So looks maxing couldn't save Clavicular. So apparently Mr. Clavicular is in France, and apparently he's having struggles on pulling women in France because wow, shocker. Looks maxing is not a thing across the rest of the planet, you know? They don't really care, you know? Because personally, you know, this whole entire whole entire like looks maxing thing, it just makes you like a douchebag. You're just a jock from high school. Let me see.
Bonjour. I'm American, so I don't really speak. You speak English? Well, you look very beautiful. What are you guys up to later tonight? A restaurant. You don't want to spice it up a little bit and hit like a club or something? Not tonight? All good. Well, I hope you guys enjoy your dinner. Take care of yourself. Yeah, they wasn't feeling it, so I just off. Clavicular. Don't look me up though. I could.
Are you famous? God, his riz is so bad. Dude, this is painful to watch. Oh God, Lord, dude, my man is so bad at rizzing women, to be honest, or just talking to women. He's like, so you know, my name is Clavicular. You know, I'm the looks maxer guy. You know, and I'm like, okay, all right. Does it look like I care?
Yeah.
Have a good time in Paris. I hope you will enjoy it.
All right, take care of yourself. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Oh, sure.
Wait a minute, that's Clavicular? He looks like young Sheldon in the face. Ah, hell no. The thing I like about all these experts that exist on the internet is when they go outside and interact with people in real life. When you're saying things to a phone screen, a camera, or a computer screen with nobody giving you any pushback or real world feedback on the advice that you have or things that you say, you can get off whatever that you want. And that's why this whole Clavicular situation is so interesting. He's built this brand off of looks being the ultimate cheat code to life. But recently, everything that was supposed to prove that this
it's just like yeah, looks maxing is something to a degree, but if you put all your points or all your skill points on just looks itself, your personality is just dog shit, you know? That's all it is to it at the end of the day. I'm like, you have to have some personality, you know? You gotta be a likable person.
Philosophy was correct and that he should be the go-to guy to listen to has actually been making him look worse. His plastic surgeries get him mocked by his own fans. His confidence seems to be shaken on stream. And now in Paris, his trip that he's taking is exposing the biggest problem with this whole image. Real life does not always reward clout like the internet does. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. My subscriber count is basically my nose job. It's a vanity metric, but I still need it. We need people to subscribe to the channel ASAP. Now, back into the video.
Grab your mirror.
Oh, Mogged. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right?
Way better, yeah.
Look at that. You can see the difference now, one side and the other.
I like it.
Yeah, and this is swollen.
Yeah, I can tell.
There, you know, so that will go away.
Way better. Mogged's pretty hard.
Looks maxing may not be a new concept or conversation, but it seems as though Clavicular is taking it to an entire new level. I think most people agree with the concept that, hey, maybe doing a little bit of push-ups, maybe doing a little bit of sit-ups, maybe cutting your hair, a new outfit as a way to make yourself more presentable for the world.
Wow, I literally said the same thing, and I had people in the comment section saying like, what the fuck are you have to say? You're a woman, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, we don't want to listen to you or so. And then you have actual dudes who are literally saying the same thing that I said, okay? Wow. Wow, shocker. Someone who's actually like, you know, who understands actual fucking common knowledge. I swear, Western people are so stupid sometimes. Like, especially some of the dumb ones, especially in the looks maxing community.
Is a perfectly fine way to go about, you know, looks maxing or being more desirable to the person that you're trying to attract. And then in pops Clavicular, somebody that we've been following for the past couple of months, God knows why, probably because it's been force-fed down our timelines, seeing his looks maxing journey from weightlifting to peptides to taking literal drugs. And I'm talking about, you know, illegal drugs in order to make his jawline look a certain way or make him not want to eat, to even putting an actual hammer to his face. Clavicular has done some of the most extreme things in the world when it comes to changing his physical appearance. And I will say it's had a bunch of different mixed receptions and reviews, but this one that he's doing now, this surgery kick that he's on, is totally, and I mean totally, not accepted by anybody in his community or beyond.
Michael Jackson just tipped $2. There's a Greek tragedy to this, a man of vanity who earned his riches pursuing beauty and those same riches botched him in pursuit of more beauty.
Why, obviously.
Oh, yeah, we did see a piece of this VOD or so, right? Like some of them. This wasn't the worst one when it came to the TTS. There was other ones that were a lot worse when it came to the speaking of the TTS in general. He got so upset. He doesn't want to stream. He doesn't like his community. You know, all of this other shit. But the funny thing about it, you're the one who cultivated that community, anyways.
Ascended, and everyone's gonna know it soon. I'll be vindicated and have the last laugh. I'll have the last laugh over all these fuckers. Give it like another couple of days when I'm in Paris Fashion Week, mogging to death. That'll be very, very easy. Don't even worry about it. All right, don't even worry about it.
It's not inherently about the surgery itself. I think people can identify that, hey, there might be some use cases for a surgery, but it's this continued endeavor to do the extreme thing over and over again in order to improve your appearance. I think it shows more of an insecurity about Clavicular. This chase for self-improvement when you're never finished gets to the point where you're willing to go underneath the knife. This is why you even have some of his fans in his own chat making fun of him and cracking jokes on him. Because now it seems as though, one, he looks like young Sheldon, but two, he's never satisfied with the way that he looks.
Dr. Miami just tipped $3. Clavicular, I hope you are enjoying your new nose. I designed it to look like Gandhi. One question, why go to a butt doctor for a nose job? Giga Jester.
I can't. I do not even want to stream. Do not make fun of me. It's almost done recovering. Do not make fun of me. All right, please, do not make fun of me. Please.
Rabbi Pinto just tipped.
Did you just literally just said to the internet not to make fun of me? You don't feed the trolls, bro. That's like rule number. You know for a fact this guy is a kid or so. When literally the rule on the internet is to never feed the trolls. What a kid, to be honest. He is definitely a kid, and it shows too as well.
$2. Hello, Brayden. Good to see you are transitioning into a Jew more and more every day, including the no love from Tel Aviv.
I hate this is the worst job ever. I hate doing this. This is why I don't stream.
Shop just tipped $2. Bro looks like Family Guy. It's over Clav, you are a joke. Dylan Latham took your legacy. It's over Chud Boy, you're lacy maxing.
I think it's fair to say that he's clearly self-conscious about his looks, not just because he's getting these surgeries, which of course is a clear indicator, but also due to the fact that when these people joke with him or poke and prod at all these surgeries, he's getting offended. Even when somebody goes and makes a clearly fake Dr. Miami account and sends him a TTS message about—
Nah, he's just self-conscious on this look. That's it, dude. That's all it basically. The dude is so insecure about himself.
how he made his nose, he still feels like it's just not good enough, or he feels ugly, or he feels like this is hurting him to the point where he's saying like, yo, this is not the job for me, etc., etc. This is the same audience that praised him for being attractive, thanked him for putting them on the path of getting their own looks in order, and said that, you know, you're one of the more better looking guys on the internet. Now they have turned heel on him and are saying, yo, you look like a doofy for going under the knife for ultimately the attraction of men. Because let's be clear, Clavicular has a girlfriend, and even his girlfriend thinks that this is a pointless surgery.
So
Oh my, are you telling me that the girlfriend also says this? Oh my god, dude, that's fucking wild, dude. That's pretty funny in my personal opinion.
For what?
you didn't need this.
Yeah, but I wanted it.
Oh my god.
Well,
It looks so painful.
Eder.
Hey,
better.
You could always look better.
Correct. This looks maxing.
This right here is the problem with looks maxing culture. It's supposed to be something that's supposed to make you more confident, but the scale starts tipping. Now you're constantly being rated by yourself and others. You're being measured, you're being compared, you're being picked apart. And before you know it, you're doing something super duper extreme in order to get your looks in order. And it may not always be as extreme as surgery. I think those extreme diets—
His girl said that shit's a waste of money.
where you're only eating 2 dates a day falls in that same category, just on a different end of the spectrum. That wasn't supposed to be the thing about Clavicular. Clavicular propped himself up as a guy who beat the system, but now he just looks like somebody that's trapped inside of it. But it's okay though, because we weren't supposed to be the end all be all judges of this. He was supposed to go to where fashion and model culture and looks maxing is supposed to thrive. He was going to Paris to get validation from Paris Fashion Week and from the more conventionally attractive people over in Paris. But what happens when you get over to Paris and it still doesn't work out for you?
We have other friends coming, we'll see with them.
All right, well,
Your loss.
yeah, we'll let you guys have a good day. Fuck, that's sad. We'll just hand out the rest
okay,
of them.
go.
Listen, I always say, I have the worst game, so I don't claim to ever be something I'm not. I'm not a fucking pickup artist. I'm a fucking autist. You know, I'll tell you everything you need to know about looks maxing, but going up to chicks, not my specialty whatsoever.
God, brother in Christ, you don't really need to work that much or so on your looks. Just gotta do, new skincare routine, new hairstyle. Let's see what works for you. New outfit, It's all about the confidence, That's how it is, okay? Older women can just sense the insecurity. You are 100% correct. I can sense that shit through the fucking monitor, dude. Like straight up, dude. I can sense it. It's pretty fucking obvious, dude. He has a very fragile ego.
I'll teach you because French girls are different also,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
In Miami, you go up, you say, hey, slut, you want to fuck? And then it works.
Yeah, here it doesn't work like that.
Well, for me at least.
Clavicular is not working for you. The funniest thing about all this is that it's not just the awkwardness of the interaction. It's the fact that Clavicular even looks confused that there is some sort of awkwardness. Like he's thinking that all the things that he's planned and worked for and thought about.
Wait. I just noticed something. Okay, are you telling me, this guy has a girlfriend, but he's trying to pick up chicks in Paris. Does the girlfriend not care or something? Jesus Christ, man, that's wild to see that, to be honest.
And works where he's normally from should just work universally everywhere. He's out there talking as if his presence of just existing should just be enough for people. Like these people are just supposed to know who he is, but he's finding out in real time that in Paris, and I would presume in other places, that American live streaming room shit that he be getting off, that shit don't work. These women don't care about your online lore. They don't care about your fan base.
Brother, I swear to God, people in the European section and anywhere else on the other sides of the planets don't really care about this dude. They really don't. They don't even know who the hell this guy is. Okay. I'm like, the only reason why I know this guy is because it popped up on my feed. That's the only reason why. But I'm like, if I'm in my own section and whatever, I would not notice who the fuck this guy is. I would not know him. If I saw him out in the wild or so and he tries to come up to me and I'm gonna be like, no, I'm okay, thank you. I can sense the insecurity inside of you. I think he's never been rejected in his life, so is very insecure in this thing. No, the problem is he's insecure about his looks, Like the guy just doesn't like how insecure he is. Like he's not a pickup artist. He doesn't pick up chicks, That's not the type of thing he does. He's just kind of like that person who likes to find I guess easy to go women, I guess, like easy women in the West. So in the West specifically, all they care about is just the looks, and that's what he has, right? But I shit you not, South Koreans would shit on him so easily when it comes to looks. Like no joke, He does not compete anywhere near the Eastern Asian market.
Care about the fact that you're clavicular. This is where that whole looks maxing ideology that he keeps preaching becomes shaky. Not only does it put you in this constant loop of changing your body to better yourself, even to the tune of
I'd be flirting with your mom every single night.
Underneath the knife, but it's also not being shown in real time that it's giving you the access in which people claim it's supposed to. So what are you supposed to do when the access isn't there? Naturally, you'd probably rely on things that, I don't know, don't have anything to do with your looks, maybe your personality, your wit, your charm, all these other things. But that's not what looks maxing preaches. See, the internet can convince you that you're...
Okay, So I know that I had some Spanish audiences who want to know what this is, right? Trust me, you don't want to know what this is. I've had people who ask me, "Wait, what is that? What is that?" I'm like, "Trust me, you don't want to know. This is the most useless information you'll ever have, okay? All right? Trust me. It's not worth it, okay? It's just not worth it."
Some sort of handsome Squidward type feature because the chat spams these edits. Your fans call you a mogger, but real life is much, much, much colder than this. People don't actually care about these things. Now, you would think that Clavicular would take a different approach once he found out that these women of Paris weren't buying his shtick, but no, he doubled down. And quickly, it wasn't just the women of Paris, but Paris in and of itself showed him, nah, gang, we don't rock with that.
Bro, be safe. Yeah, this is interesting demographics, I'll say that. Paris ain't safe, bro. Fuck this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is not safe. Bro, why is this so fucking ghetto?
Jesus Christ. It's kind of funny know the problems of the other cultures. Don't get me wrong, it's funny though, but trust me, it's not worth looking into it, to be honest. It really is not. This is what's happening in the Western. Is it really that bad? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Sadly, I know most of it, to be honest, because it pops up on my feed, so.
Like, what is this? It's the most ghetto shit ever. Just the thing is, people are already fighting, like, just randomly on their own. So that shit turns into a brawl quickly.
Monsieur Clavicular, you look like a petite baby. You know, walking around with bodyguards usually means that you are important, or at least it gives off that appearance, but not here. In this case, it almost did the opposite. Look at Clavicular's eyes in this situation as he walks around. He looks nervous. The whole thing feels forced, like he's trying to create this celebrity type image, and based off of the reception that the citizens are giving him, they don't really give a shit about nothing that he's got going on. And based off of people flipping him off and throwing water on him and just the general nasty stares and looks that he got, this isn't Clavicular taking over Paris. This is more like people want you gone. You look like an annoying douchebag. We really don't care about who you are.
Yes, let's go. He said it. I told you. He's just a douchebag. See, that's the word that I always say every single time, literally, when it comes to these kinds of people. I will say it, and I will say it again. These guys are just the jocks of high school. That's all there is to it. These are just a bunch of jocks in general. Hey, Yoda.
Are, and you need to get up out of here fast. And to be fair, he does look very, very uncomfortable. Like, that part is totally understandable. When random people are antagonizing you and being hostile towards you in a foreign city, it's not necessarily funny at the moment. But it also exposes this gap between this internet persona and confidence that Clavicular has and the internet people that he expects to care about him because he's done so much work to, you know, fix his body up right and to look a certain way. See, online, Clav can control the room, he can talk over the chat, he can turn criticism into content, but in Paris, he can't control the environment. The women are leaving, the locals react, the streets don't really give a damn about this guy walking through with this big black guy and a camera person, and suddenly the whole looks-maxing God thing feels very, very fragile. Now he's running to the internet being full-on delusional based off of his whole Paris experience. In a quote, he says, "I thought I did something wrong to upset people in France, but it turns out the French are impolite shitbags. Girls from the US are a lot more attractive than EU, simply because the gene pool was devastated during World War II.
I don't know about that. I'm like, take a look at Sayuri, for example. I'm like, Sayuri is pretty fucking attractive in my personal opinion, and she's French, you know. I'm like, as I said, if I was a guy, I would tap that, to be honest, you know. I'm just saying, you know, I gotta appreciate like prettiness at the end of the day. I don't know, man. It just sounds like the guy just kind of, you know, kind of sounds like he got, like, I guess France basically out-mogged him, you know?
good genes died in war, while the physically unfit stayed back and reproduced. So I'm going to offer my Looks Maxing course 50% off to the French because not only do they need it, but they also can't afford it at full ticket. So let me.
What? I'm going to offer the Looks Maxing course 50% off to the French? My bro just sounds like an incel. That's the funny thing about it. He has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. That's that. He can't be an incel because he has a girlfriend.
At full ticket. So let me get this straight. You get rejected because you look like somebody tried to sculpt you in clay and messed up several times. And now all of a sudden the French women are the rudest because they don't want to, I don't know, deal with a guy that puts hammers to his face, does drugs, says the most insane things, just has this weird aura around him, chasing skirts with a cameraman behind him. You give off douchebag energy and they're supposed to bend the knee for you. That's what we're supposed to believe. Get the fuck out of here. This is where the whole mask starts to slip in my opinion. Instead of Clavicular saying, yo, Paris humbled me, gang, I probably got to change my approach to this whole situation, do something different, push a bunch of different narratives. Instead of doing that, Clavicular went ahead and just threw.
I would love for him to try to Mog Max or so, or Mogging or so in South Korea. I'll love to see how that's going to work out, to be honest.
Everybody underneath the bus because it wasn't him. It's not him. It's this entire place and space that's got him fucked up. This is why I am anti Looks Maxing, at least the way that the movement has been, you know, pushed in the past couple years. It's shifted from, hey, I have to prioritize and focus on what makes me better from a holistic standpoint, and has gone straight to the looks of it all. And maybe it's because
tiempo que no escuchaba la palabra de douchebag. Sí, oh, pff. Yo siempre los uso eso. Douchebag. Esa es la palabra que yo siempre uso yo.
the looks of it all is so easily accessible that, you know, you can pay your way into it. But ultimately, when the looks aren't everything and it's falling apart in real time, just like it was doing it for Clavicular, it's not that, hey, maybe I need to work on myself. Maybe it's my personality. Maybe it's my humility. Maybe it's all these other things. It becomes this, hey, these women are lower quality. It's not about me. This country is worse. You know, they don't understand what they're looking at. This is a 10 God Mogged max. It's amazing. And this isn't a shot at America because we live here. Shouts out to the USA as we take on England in the World Cup. But America's not like this picture perfect environment when it comes to fitness and health and all this other stuff like that. He went to Paris Fashion Week where it's supposed to be the top of the top and cream of the crop when it comes to looks. So now I'm more inclined to believe he's not even making real observations. He's just grasping for whatever straws so he can make the rejection feel less than what it actually is. And so now, and this is a part of the teachings of Clavicular and some of the other looks maxing community, because we aren't getting our way, we're back to this ranking thing. Everything is ranked like a product. Everything is graded on this scale, et cetera, et cetera. And when you don't get the validation that you don't like deserve, at least that you think you deserve, now you're looking to process it in a totally bad way, put them on a ranking scale, use that ranking scale as cope to even like put them on a lower ranking scale than mathematically they should be. Like, all things considered, where you were at the time that you were in should be higher ranked than the American women, but you're being obtuse because you're not getting your way. And so Clavicular never actually questions his mindset in it all. He just kind of doubles down in this thing that only works on the internet. And I guess it makes sense because you're going to spend 90% of the time back behind your computer.
I would not be surprised if this guy actually like crashes out, you know, as in like full blown crash out on stream or like in IRL or something. I would not be surprised if it happens. I did initially say when I saw this guy gives me a ticking time bomb that something is going to happen. Okay? That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna be honest with you. He does give me that vibe.
Desk anyway, right? So like, who really gives a shit if it doesn't work IRL, as long as you can sell somebody on the fact that it does work. I think the reason why this whole Paris situation hit the hardest to me is because, I mean, for what it's worth, people were already questioning Clavicular's looks. They were looking at him sideways. They were questioning the ideology. But when he put it to the actual test, it only gave more proof as to why, you know, it doesn't work. The Paris trip just gave it a new stage to prove that it didn't work. Clavicular's recent downfall is not that he got rejected in Paris or clowned for the surgery. The bigger issue is that he built this whole identity and the idea that looks equal power. But recently, the more he chases this power, the less powerful he actually looks in it. Paris was supposed to be proof that what he was doing was
I'll be honest with you, the femboys that I know or that I knew in the past or so are probably more attractive than him, you know? That's all I gotta say.
working, right? All of the drugs, all of the hammers, all of the going under the knife. People in his chat, in his community, in the States didn't understand it all. So he was gonna go to a place and space where they were going to truly appreciate it. And in reality, they just didn't. Why? Because clout doesn't automatically mean some sort of attraction. The security didn't make him look untouchable. It actually made him look uncomfortable. And his surgeries didn't silence the criticism. It actually gave the audience new material to laugh at. The saddest part about it is that this same culture that rewards him for judging all these people is now judging him harshly. That's the real story. The foundation and lifestyle that Clavicular has built is now the one that is actively breaking him down. And I know he can't handle it. Ultimately, he'll probably go back under the knife of a Dr. Miami to get another nose job and then be on this perpetual cycle. That whole looks maxing shit for validation was so overblown anyway. And I know that most people weren't doing it in the fashion that they were, but I think this should just be a warning sign for anybody looking to do it in the future. I promise you, it does not yield the results that you think it does. You look really, really silly doing it. I'm not gonna lie. You look really, really silly. And that confidence only exists on the internet.
Facts, dude. Facts. Oh my god, dude. I love this guy. This guy is great, dude. He's spitting out facts. I literally said all of this shit initially when this whole weird looks maxing shit started, especially with Clavicular running the helm or so with this weird ideology of what he's doing itself. Honestly, facts. You deserve my subscription for it, you know. Great video. Love it. Fantastic. One of my honestest recommended it. And it's kind of funny to see the Clavicular, you know, I guess the insecurity or the downfall of him specifically. Like, dude, I feel like in a couple months or something, or within a year or something, we're going to have like a big crash out of Clavicular. Like, someone is going to push him to the edge, you know? I recommend femboys. Well, I love femboys anyways. I love femboys and traps, you know? If they can pull the look off 100%, give you respect. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Like I said, I can sense it. I'm an older person or so, and I can sense the insecurity immediately. The attractiveness doesn't, like, don't get me wrong, it's nice, you know, it's nice. Oh, that's nice and everything. But if your personality is, I don't want anything to do with you, to be honest. That's all I have to say, you know? Like, I'd rather have someone who has a great personality and average to above average look, you know, as long as, like, he takes care of himself, you know, and doesn't let himself go, you know, then I'm okay with it, you know? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, you know? Like I said, your looks can only take you so far. And it proves it right here, specifically what happened with Clavicular in France. It only took him so far. It only works in America. Doesn't work in France. Doesn't work in other specific countries because they don't care. They don't really care who you are. But yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.